Hello, grade 4. Today's lesson is Read and Write Numbers, lesson 1.2. This is the second lesson of our math lessons. Okay, we're going to read and write some numbers today. Let's open your book, page 11. Okay, here, in this problem, the International Space Station uses this number. We don't know how to read it or write it. We're going to know today. Solar cells to change sunlight to electricity. Okay, write this number in standard form, word form, and expanded form. Okay, let's use the place value chart to write the place values and the values of this number. Okay, let's write it. As we studied before in the first lesson, let's fill the empty places of this table. We have here the first one, 0 in ones place. Let's write it here. And 0 in the tens place. 4 in the hundreds place. 2 in 1000s place. 6 in 10,000s place. And finally 2 in 100,000 place. So we are going to see how can we write this number in the three forms. The first form is called standard form. The second form is word form. And the third form is expanded form. Okay, so the first form is about our number. We have the number here written by digits. So it's the standard form. The second form, which is word form, we are going to use words to write the number. And the third form, which is expanded form, we are going to use the values of each digit. So the expanded form is the sum of the values of the digits inside this number. Okay, let's write it here. Okay, now, if you want to read and write this number, all you have to do, you have to divide this number into a group of 3. Let's count. So let's count from the right digit, which is ones. Here we have ones, tens, hundreds. After 3 digits, let's put this comma and name it with thousands. Okay, after that, we have to write the place name of each digit. So 0 here in ones place, and the other 0 in tens place, then 4 here in hundreds place, 2 in ones place, and 6 in tens place, and 2 in hundreds place, but that's all in thousands family or thousands period. Okay, that's thousands family. Okay, so after that we're going to write this number in our forms, but this number is about standard form, so we are going to write it in word form and expanded form because it's written by standard form. So this called standard form. Okay, so this our standard form. The standard form is a normal number with digits. Okay, let's write it with. How can we write it in word form? Okay, here firstly we have this comma divide the number into group of 3 digits in each board. So we have here these 3 digits and we have these 3 digits. We all know how to read 3-digit number together, right? So let's read this number together. Okay, these 3 digits we can read it as 2 in hundreds, so it will be 200 and 62. So it will be 262. Okay, 62 what? 62,000. So it will help me to read and write the number. So it will be 1,000. After that, you have to write this comma at 1,000 here. Okay, let's continue reading this number. Okay, the next one here, this number. So read it together, the 3 digits together. We have here 400. As we read it, write it. 400. Okay, that's about word form. What about expanded form here? Expanded form means we are going to add the values of each digit inside this number. Okay, the value of 2 here is what? The value of 2 here in 100,000. So write 2 as we learned before in the first lesson. Write 2 and how many digits to the right of 2? We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So replace it with zeros. The next one, we have 6. And the same thing, 6. How many digits to the right of 6? As we learned before in the first lesson, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to replace it with 4 zeros. The next one, we have here 2. The 2 in 1,000 place. So what we're going to do, we put 2 and how many digits to the right of 2? 3 digits, as we see here. So replace it with 3 zeros. The next one, 4. The 4 here is 100 place. So 100 place beside it, 2 digits. So we have 2 zeros. Okay, we have 0 in 10 place and 0 in 1's place. Okay, so in expanded form, we don't write zeros because 0 has no value inside any number. Okay, let's move back to our lesson. So here, we don't have the standard form, but we have here the word form and we want to complete the expanded form here. Okay, let's read the word form here. 92,170. So we have here 1,000, right? So if we have 1,000, if you want to convert between word form to standard form, just write 1,000 as comma. Okay, after that, write 3 digits here, 3 dashes, and we have here 3 dashes as well, as we studied before in our table in the first lesson. So let's write the place value of each one here. So here ones, tens, 100, and we have here also ones, tens, 100, but here in the thousands family. Okay, so after that, let's start with the 1,000 family. We have 92. So we don't have 100 here, so put it 0. After that, 92, how can we write 92? It's very easy, 92. Okay, after that, we have here 100. 100, so the 100 place is 1. And 70 is just 7 and 0. So that's our number. And we have here 0 on the left, right? So we can cancel it, right? Because 0 on the left has no meaning. So we can cancel it. Okay. Let's cancel it all. So there is no 100,000 here. Okay. Here, expanded form, we have the value of each digit in our number. We have the value of 9. which is 90,000, because we have 4 digits to the right of 9, so we replace it with 4 zeros. Okay, the next one, we have here 2, and we have 3 digits to the right of 2, so we replace it with 3 zeros. Okay, the next one, we have 1 here. 1 in 100 place. So all we have to do, we write 1 as we started before. And how many digits to the right of 1? 2 digits. So we're going to put 2 zeros. So it will be 177 in 10th place. So we put 1 0. The next one, standard form. Standard form here. So he asking about the word form and expanded form. So what we're going to do, we have this standard form. So we're going to convert the standard form to word form. So 200 what? We have this comma, right? And as we know, this comma is called thousands. So 200 what? 200,000. After that, we have here 007. If we write 007 here and we want to read it, we can't read it because we have 2 zeros here. So we can cancel it out, because zeros on the left has no meaning. So it's just 7. Okay, the next one. We have here expanded form. So we are going to write the value of each digit inside this number. So we have 2. And how many digits to the right of 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have here 5 zeros. Replace it with 5 zeros. So it will be 200,000. Okay, let's move to the next page. We have here this question. How can you use place value and period names to read and write this number in word form? Okay, firstly, rewrite the number 324,904. Okay, first of all, we want to convert this standard form to word form. So let's write every place value of each digit here. So this ones, this tens, this hundreds, and this also ones, tens, hundreds, but in thousands place. So what we're going to do, all we have to do to read these 3 digits individual, and the next one read these 3 digits. But we have to name this comma. So this comma is called thousands. Okay, let's read this number. We have here 300, 24, 4, 24 what? 24,000. Yes, 24,000. Okay, after that, read these 3 digits together. So it will be 900 and 4. Okay, that's the word form of this number. The next one, 408,017. He asked about to read and write this number in 2 other forms. Okay, let's read it and write it in 2 other forms. The first form is standard form. Okay, let's write it in standard form. Okay, firstly, if we want to write it in standard form, you have to see this thousand. Thousand, put it as comma. After that, we have 3 digits to the right and 3 digits to the left. After that, we have 408. So we have here 1 tens. Let's write the place name, ones, tens, hundred, ones, tens, hundred. And this is the thousand family. Okay, after that, we have here 408. 400, so the hundred place is 4. 8, just 8. 8 in ones place. And there is no tens, so replace it with 0. The next one, 100. We have 17, just 17. There is no 100, so we put 0 in hundreds and write 17 here. This is the standard form. What about the next form, which is expanded form? Expanded form. The expanded form, so we are dealing with the values of each digit in this number. So the value of 4 here, just write 4, and beside it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we write 5 zeros. The next one, plus 0, we don't write 0 in expanded form because there is no value of 0 of any number. Okay, the next one, 8, write 8, and how many digits to the right? 1, 2, 3, plus. The next one, 0, we don't write 0. Let's move to the next one. Here 1 and 1 0 because to the right of it 1 digit. The next one, 7, which is ones place. So this is the expanded form. Okay, let's move to the next one. We have here this number in standard form. So the other two forms, expanded form and word form. Let's start with word form. Okay, now this comma, as we learn, it's 1000. So let's read these two digits together. So it will be 60, 5, 65 what? 65,000. Comma, and continue. We have 0, 5, 8. How can we read these three digits together? 0 on the left has no meaning, so we can read it as 58. So we write it as words 58. Okay, that's about words, word form. So we are dealing here with word form. The next form is standard or expanded form. Okay, expanded form. Okay, let's write it here. Expanded form. First of all, we have 6. And how many digits to the right of 6? Just 4 digits. Plus 5. How many digits to the right of 5? 3 digits. So replace it with zeros. Plus 5. And how many zeros to the right of 5? 1. We skipped 0 because we don't write 0 in expanded form, because 0 has no value of any number. The next one, 8 in ones place. Okay, this is expanded form of this number. Okay, this is the expanded form. Okay, let's move to the next question. Here, read and write the number in two different forms. It's the same thing. You can read it and write it by yourself. Okay, let's move to the next one. During the week of the country fair, 15,609 entry tickets were sold. Is it correct to write the number as this number and explain? Okay, now let's write this 15,000. 15,609 in standard form. Okay, 15,000, write 1,000 as comma and write 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. After that we have ones place, tens place, hundreds, ones, tens, hundreds, and of course it's thousands. Okay, so after that we are going to write here 15,000, 15,000. So there is no hundred in thousand family, so it will be 15, just 15. After that, here 609, 600, so 6 here, 109, 9, just 9 in ones place, so there is no tens place, so it will be 0. So why we can't write it as this number? Because this number we have here 100 because 6 in hundreds place. Okay, that's our lesson today. Your homework will be page 15. Thank you for listening and see you later.